with the MLB season coming to fruition, and it's coming really fast. This later this month, actually, I want to do some previews about the MLB season, particularly club by club. Something I've been wanting to do, haven't been able to do in the past, just like a bunch of other things that I want to do on this channel. And honestly, I really love doing these kind of things. I love previewing teams and seeing what kind of needs they need and what I think about what they did in the off season and how they changed their teams and how they can be better and kind of predicting where they're going to be at by the end of the season. Just overall, fantastic. Obviously, I'm not gonna I'm not a predictor of trade deadlines. Anything can happen with that. Big things can happen. Players can come out of nowhere. So it doesn't mean I'm right. It just tells me where I think they're gonna be at. And as a sports nerd, I love kind of predicting that and seeing it and talking about it. And I mean, getting proven wrong is cool. I don't care about that. Overall, I'm going to do the best I can with these previews. And, this isn't mainly, there's a lot of questions for other teams, than others. It's kind of an opinion of where I'm seeing these guys and where the starting rotation is going to be at and all that. I'm not going to say where they're at in the lineup. I'm not going to put out, where the rotation is going to be and what, positional, like 1 through 5, who's going to be the ace of it. So it's not like that. It's just mainly just what I think about these guys and the rotations and the bullpens and the overall starting lineups. So I'm really excited for this. I do spin a wheel, so it's going to be random. It won't be division to the division. So every time I make a video, it'll be just a random team from a wheel I spin. So today, it's the Boston Red Sox. Red Sox fans, hope you're tuning into this. I do believe that there's good insight that I have. I feel like I have a really good grasp of sports, and I want to have this ability to share it with the world as well as fans of every team. So, Red Sox fans, I hope you're tuned in. So, Boston Red Sox. Let's take a look at the Boston Red Sox. Their last World Series title was 2018. The last year's record was 78 and 84. Sorry. They were 18th in home runs. They were 6th in batting average, 4th in hits, 21st in ERA, 16th in saves, 7th in home runs allowed, 15th in strikeouts, second most errors committed, and they were 28th in fielding percentage. Acquisitions: Lucas Giolito from the White Sox in free agency. They got him. They also acquired Liam Hendriks, who has been battling cancer, but he's had some great years in his career in the league. Tyler O'Neill from the Cardinals. That's pretty nice. I believe that was from a trade. If I didn't put that in there, I think it's from a trade. And Grissom, who's from a trade from Atlanta, where the departures are. Chris Sale went to Atlanta. James Paxton went to the Dodgers. And Justin Turner went to the Blue Jays. Overall, you look at it, so, the power can be there. Like, could definitely have some more, statistical. Uh, it could definitely be better, right? Statistically. Batting average, though, is nice. Hits is nice. So it's not like they're having a hard time with offense. It's mostly, as you can see, the pitching where that was an issue. The fielding, the defensive part of the game where they struggled mightily, mightily. And so having Lucas Giolito in there, it's a pretty good acquisition. I do believe that that could possibly do wonders for them in terms of the pitching wise. And they did a great thing and got some defensive help. Tyler O'Neill has had some great seasons at outfield there and being a great defensive player as well as just being a great hitter. So they get a best of both worlds. And Vaughn Grissom, he's young. I do believe that he's got a lot of potential to being really good in his career, and having him in there is nice. Liam Hendriks, again, his career, he's had some great years, so I think having him be there in the bullpen also will be nice. If they're losing anything, I mean, Chris Sale, he is past his prime. He's past his prime. But I mean, having him in Atlanta, I'm sure that'll help them. Just like how Max Scherzer is in Texas. Like he's still Max Scherzer, right? Chris Sale is still Chris Sale. James Paxton, I think he's definitely on the decline, but they had to get rid of him. I don't think that's a huge loss for them. Justin Turner, it looks like it's a loss, but I don't think it's a loss. Again, he's aging as well. He'll definitely do well in Toronto. Definitely with power for them. But overall, I mean, yeah, I think they did a pretty good job this offseason with kind of trying to figure out what they can do to get better as a team. So okay, we're looking at the pitching first, which is the key thing that was hurting them last year. One of the main things that was hurting them. Um, so if we're looking at the starting rotation, there are six possible people that really can be in that rotation. It's just based on the fact that some guys either didn't have the opportunity, kind of still are trying to learn and build experience, and acquisitions like Giolito, it's going to make for more competition with other guys as well. So if we look at it, we got Bello first. First of all, he's only 24, so young guy, really has not much MLB experience. But from last year, 12 wins, again, 4.24 ERA is not great, but again, the defense, and he's young. He's going to get better at what he does, and it's a thing for progress, and you got to trust that process with young pitchers and young players. He had 132 Ks though, so that's pretty decent, pretty good. Um, Next up, Hook, 27 years old though, but still he was also trying to kind of transition and still have more time to play. He gathered 6 wins, had a 5.01 ERA with 99 Ks. So I mean, there's that guy that maybe can be part of bullpen and maybe a starting job. That's kind of up in the air. Again, he hasn't had an opportunity, but that's not great. It's not great compared to some of the other guys. Um, Giolito, I mean, they just signed him for free agency. He will be in the starting rotation, no doubt about that. And he had to play with the White Sox and the Angels, two teams that obviously need help on defense, obviously need more star players in that organization, and obviously it's not all of his fault for his ERA. But Giolito, he had 8 wins, 4.88 ERA, but he had 204 Ks, so he is a strikeout machine. Pavetta had 10 wins, 4.04 ERA, and 183 Ks. He is 31 years old, so we'll see what he does. I mean, he was a bullpen guy, but maybe he'll be a starter. Not sure. Definitely one of those guys that had the lowest ERA with this bunch. Crawford, 27. He had 6 wins, 4.04 ERA, and 135 Ks. Again, are they going to have him kind of be fourth or fifth on the rotation? We'll see about that. We have Whitlock. He had 5 wins, 5.15 ERA with 72 Ks. So again, not great. Um, and yeah, I mean that's kind of where they're at with the starting rotation. Again, it's not looking fantastic. ERA is not fantastic, right? But if you look at it, I think Bello will have that opportunity, much more of an opportunity to play. I think Giolito, that's a huge thing for him, is having him in there and signing him. He's definitely a starter, and he probably will be the ace. The other guys, it's more of a we'll see. I think Pavetta might have a chance, and then you look at it, it's kind of between Houck, Crawford, and Whitlock on who's going to be that 4 or 5 guy, slash will they move one of those guys to the bullpen? I mean, we have yet to see what's going to happen with that, but the rotation it looks okay. It's not the best. Just a lot of questions in the air that I'm not sure about in this team, especially with that starting off. Bullpen again, there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of guys out here that are fighting for a bullpen spot, and there's a lot of acquisitions that they had and made. So if we look at it, it's a kind of long list here, but Bernardino last year, 32 years old by the way, 50.2 innings pitched, 3.20 ERA, and 58 Ks. Again, probably a guy that will probably be in the bullpen. They picked up a guy, Campbell from the Mariners, 26 years old. He pitched 28.2 innings, and he had a 2.83 ERA with 33 Ks. They definitely got to figure out having him in there. Probably help him out a lot. Criswell, 27 years old. They also picked him up. He went from Tampa to Boston. He had 33 innings pitched, 5.73 ERA, 27 Ks. That's kind of not great, but we'll see what they can do with him. Hendricks, who they picked up, battle. I mean, he's battled cancer. He's a warrior. I think he's a good team leader, and I think that's a lot of motivation having a guy like that in the locker room. So I believe that they should probably start him and have him in the bullpen this year for sure. Um, Jacques, 28 years old. He has 26.2 innings pitched, 20 Ks, but a 5.06 ERA. I'm not sure if they will even put him in the roster. It's kind of, like I said, up for debate. Winchowski had a great year, 84.1 innings pitched. He had a 2.88 ERA and 82 Ks. um, Winchowski, I think, will definitely be in the bullpen. Absolutely. Um, Weissert, they picked him up from New York. He's 29. He had a 4.05 ERA. As you can see, 22 Ks, so it's kind of and then you have guys like Martin, who had a great year, 51.1 innings pitched, 1.05 ERA, and 46 Ks. Um, yeah, and like you see on the other list, there's Murphy um, as well, and he had 47.2 innings pitched, 4.91 ERA, and 49 Ks. So it's just a lot of up for debate questions on who do they want to go with, who are they planning on going with. Um, right now, I mean, if I have to be confident, I really enjoy the fact that they can put Winchowski out there. I think he's one of the best for their bullpen there. I think having him with Campbell, having Martin there, um, and Bernardino, I think those guys right now I really enjoy. I think they could be fantastic, and I think they're going to help that team. Um, and yeah, just we'll see what happens with other guys. But right now, that's the main thing that I'm really confident in. For their closer, Kenley Jansen, um, 44.2 innings pitched, 363 ERA, 52 Ks, 29 for 33 and saves. I think he'll be just fine. I think yeah, he's aging, but I think he's still going to be effective with the ball and the way he pitches and the way he goes out there and does his normal thing every day. But overall, yeah, I believe in this team, and I think this progress I think could be made. That's what I mean by believe in this team. I don't think they're ready, but I don't necessarily think that they're gonna stink up the place and lose 100 games, right? So overall, though, there's some positivity with bullpen, some positivity starting. A lot of questions on what's gonna happen, who's gonna be there, and what's gonna happen with them and whatnot. All right, so we got to look at the lineup and the starters and of what pretty much this team will have. And the Red Sox, they got some good players. They got some young players I think can step up. Definitely have a lot of questions for them because they are young. They got some really good prospects. They also got some guys that have been there for a while. So I mean, it's kind of like where their chemistry will go at during the season. It's definitely one of those lineups that aren't, you immediately look at it and you're like, oh, that's an amazing lineup. That's a contender. It's not. It's just one of those lineups that we'll see how the season goes, and they have potential, obviously. If you want to look at position by position, we'll go from that, obviously. And I will let you know what I think about it. So, first of all, you got catcher. It's going to be Wong. I think he's got the most not the most experience, but he's got the best stats and the best quality of baseball that he's played. I think they're going to give him that chance. And he's young; he's 27. Um, this year, 235 average, 9 home runs, 36 RBIs, and he had a 989 fielding percentage. Could get a lot better, but I mean overall, pretty good. So I think they're going to give it to him at first. They got the really exciting and just a prospect that they've been wanting to have out there, and he had a really great year this year. So Red Sox fans should be happy about this. Tristan Casas, 24 years old. He had a 263 average, 24 home runs, 65 RBIs, and a 99.5 fielding percentage. That is outstanding, and that is Gold Glove numbers. So overall, they got to be excited about that. Um, at second, you got Grissom, who is, I believe, 23. But again, that's a trade from Chris Sale, and you can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to bring in some more youth, some more talent, and a guy that obviously hasn't proven it yet, but he's so young that he's going to. And I do believe that there's some hype to him. First of all, he only played 22 games, so like I said, he needs some more time to have a full season there and develop. But in that 280 average, not bad. Zero home runs, nine RBIs, had a perfect fielding percentage of 100. Right, so overall, you got to look at that and be like, okay, there's some positives. That's great. You need defense. They need less errors committed this year. So that's pretty good on to start out there. Then you got a veteran in Trevor Story at shortstop at 31 years old. Definitely went down in numbers, but he was injured for most of the year. He had a 203 average, three home runs, 14 RBIs, and a 98.6 fielding percentage. Again, not a bad shortstop, man. Not a bad choice. Just he needs to stay healthy if they're going to be contending in this really, really difficult division of the AL East, Um, at third, they got the superstar, the best player on the team, the best player in the lineup, and that's Rafael Devers, just because he's proven it. That's this year. I mean, first of all, he's 27, so he's still young. He has a 271 average, 33 home runs, 100 RBIs, and had a 94.9 field percentage, almost 95%. Really, really great. Played most of the year. Just a guy that you just need there. I think he's going to benefit for them. He's got power, create some runs. Not bad defense. So I think the infield is looking promising. Grissom, Wong, those guys, what will they do with a full season? Still, up for debate. But I mean, that is looking pretty good, man. You look at the outfield, pretty new. I mean, you look at left field, O'Neill came from St. Louis Cardinals, and now he is a Boston Red Sox. Tyler O'Neill, like I said, he has the ability of being a Gold Glove outfield. So I think they are just trying to bolster their defense, and he has some power, man. He's a strong dude, man. Um, he is 28. He has a 231 average, 9 home runs, 21 RBIs, and a 97.8 fielding percentage. Again, not bad, man. You want more defense, and you want a guy that can hit, and he has the ability of having power with it. So at center field, they have the young guy Duran, 27. I think he'll be really good. I really do believe he'll do his part and excel this year. I think this might be a great year for him to skyrocket in numbers. This past year, 295 average, fantastic. 8 home runs, 40 RBIs, perfect 100% fielding percentage. Again, fantastic. Want to see him play a full year. Seems like it could be worth it. Um, right field, Abreu, 24 years old, young guy. Again, not proven. And his numbers are low, but again, he's got to play a full season, right? But within the time that he played, you're looking at a 316 average, 2 home runs, 14 RBIs. At his position in right field, he had a 66.7 fielding percentage. Not great, but every other spot that he was playing outfield at was 100%. So I think it's just a transition of him finding out where he wants, where he needs to position himself and how he's going to do his due diligence to make their defense almost like top notch again, right? Um, and then your DH, Yoshida, 30 years old, 289 average, 15 home runs, 72 RBIs. Prototypical DH. Um, doesn't get really the biggest numbers like a Shohei, but not bad. And you need guys that can swing the bat. I think he can swing the bat. So overall, I mean, this is the lineup. My prediction. I really thought about this hard, like super hard about it, and I think I'm gonna do predictions in a different video. I'd rather invest my time with lineups and starting rotations and bullpens before I even get to the fact that who is going to end up where. I haven't really seen any other lineups. It would be very biased of me to just randomly pick where they should be at. So for that, I'll do that. But overall, not a bad lineup. I think this lineup can be successful. It's a matter of they stay healthy and they're young. Are they gonna have a up and down year? I'm sure they will, but I think they'll do pretty well right now.